Here's how to buy your first apartment complex step by step without the guesswork. So I've been part of deals that most investors only dream about. And what I now know to be true is that it's not about having millions of dollars in the bank. It's about having the right process to get started. So in this video, I'll break down the steps that take you from interest to ownership, the same ones that are used by everyday people that are getting their first deal done. So let's get into it. So step one, know what you're actually buying. Most people treat apartment buildings like a big house, and it's not. This is a business. So you need to start by understanding income-based valuations, not comps. Just because you're used to selling houses for what the neighbor's house is worth doesn't mean that's how apartment buildings are valued. They're a business. Gross income minus expenses equals net operating income. Net operating income multiplied by the cap rate for that market will determine the value of that asset. Step two, choose the right market. Listen, you got to skip the trendy metros, the news, the headlines, all that stuff that you're seeing out there. It's just a distraction. You need to focus on blue collar communities with strong, stable job growth. Markets that are on the way of growth, not places that are dying off because those industries don't exist anymore. That's a really important factor when deciding what market to invest in today. So look for strong blue collar communities and landlords that are asleep at the wheel. You're buying potential, not perfection. All right, so step three, build your power team early. Brokers, lenders, insurance providers, operators, asset managers, all the different people that you need involved. Listen, if you're looking for those people after you tie up a deal, you're already too late. Step four, learn to underwrite like an operator. Listen, you're buying income, so start acting like a business owner. T12s, rent rolls, being able to audit the financials and understand what you're actually looking at as opposed to buying into the brochure. One of my mentors, Ken McElroy's favorite saying is, the bigger the brochure, the bigger the fill in the blank. So look, when you're looking at deals, you really need to know how to underwrite for net operating income. Step five, structure the money right. Look, you don't have to have $1 million or a couple $1 million in the bank to start doing larger transactions, but what you do need to do is understand how to access that capital when it's required. Things like JV agreements, LPGP structures, PPMs, syndications, funds of funds, all of those words are the language of money. And if you're going to be dealing with larger transactions, you need to speak that language fluently. Step six, execute and improve from day one. Look, those first 90 days from when you close should have already been planned 30 to 60 days before. So in other words, the moment you close, you're already executing on your business plan. You have your management team lined up, your contractors lined up, everything that you plan to do the day you close, the day you get those keys, you start executing on. The reason for it is because you set the pace. Have you ever heard the expression, the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack? That's exactly why this matters, because the moment you close, you set the pace, you set the rhythm, and if you're moving fast, your entire team will move with you. If you're slow and lackadaisical about everything, things won't get fixed. Toilets will stay clogged, garbages will overfull, and you're going to continue to have the same problems the last owners had. There has to be a massive cultural shift at that property from day one. So on the last property we closed, it was a 144 unit. The day we got possession, we literally ascended on that property with contractors, with tradespeople, our property management team. Everybody was on site at the gate, literally at the gate, the morning we closed. So these are the 6 steps that I go through mentally in my head on every single transaction. I know this was brief, but trust me, if you follow this process on every single deal you're considering, you're going to save yourself a ton of time and potentially a lot of heartache.